South Africans will vote in their national election on Wednesday, and there could be a strong challenge to the ruling African National Congress. As special correspondent Fred de Sam Lazaro reports, a new wave of xenophobic attacks has put the issue of immigration front and center.
At this campaign rally for the Economic Freedom Party, once the youth wing of the ruling African National Congress, the frustration was evident.
We are tired of joblessness and poverty in our country.
Unemployment in South Africa hovers at 27%, and youth unemployment is nearly double that. It's felt most acutely in the townships, impoverished settlements built under apartheid to segregate the black, Indian, and mixed or colored communities from the minority white population. Spregi Chetty sells used clothes on the side of the road. He lost his factory job years ago, now barely ekes out a living, and he blames in part immigrants.
We get a lot of foreigners into the country here, and they've been paid with a less salary. And our local guys that can't get jobs.
That sentiment has provoked spasms of xenophobic violence in recent years. Convenience stores have often been an all-too convenient target. These stores are largely owned by immigrants today, as are the wholesalers that supply them. Ali Osman, who heads a trade association of Somali businesses, says he is grateful to be in South Africa.
We came with nothing. We have been given the opportunity to conduct businesses, freely move around the country, settle wherever we need to settle. So that is the good part of it.
The bad part, he says, is the violence targeting immigrants, who make up about 3% of the country's 57 million people. Over the past decade, hundreds of immigrants have been injured and dozens killed. Johannesburg's Mayor Herman Mashaba says the problem is economic, not xenophobia.
When these foreign nationals come into South Africa, unfortunately because of the economic situation, where do they go? They go into poor communities. And these poor communities, unfortunately, they feel that these people are taking their jobs or whatever.
But many people blame Mashaba himself for inciting violence. The mayor, once an ANC supporter, is now part of the opposition Democratic Alliance. He's blamed many of the city's problems on uncontrolled numbers of undocumented foreigners. This Twitter post was in response to a citizen complaint about poor trash service.
So basically, in his tweet, he implied that the debt is not picked because there are too many migrants. Now,
he's blaming the lack of garbage pickup on too many migrants.
Yes, government officials, instead of taking accountability for their failures, they then blame the migrants, for the social ills like, crime and lack of housing.
Look at the fine young men that we have here.
Vusumuzi Sibanda is an immigrant from neighboring Zimbabwe, where a collapsing economy and political turmoil have driven many to flee.
Good morning.
Sibanda is suing to get the children among these migrants, most of them undocumented, into public schools. It's their right, he insists, and it's also in the host country's interest.
We are actually creating a situation where these children are either going to become what? Criminals, social misfits, because they have no education. What will they do without an education?
Why do they come?
The migrants come to South Africa for the same reasons that anyone moves, but there are clearly a significant number of people here who are looking for safety.
Professor Lauren Landau says they are fleeing conflict in Somalia, Congo, and elsewhere, but others, including many from South Asia, come to start businesses or ply their skills in the continent's largest economy.
Electricians, builders, others. But we also see a lot of teachers, doctors, medical professionals who are coming in.
Zimbabwe's disintegration dashed any career hopes of people like Fortunate Ndlovu, who once dreamed of becoming a lawyer. Today she shares an immaculate one-room shack with her husband, Mandla Sibanda, and their young son. Together they support at least 5 family members back in Zimbabwe.
How has it been in South Africa so far?
It's okay because if you go around, you can get some pieceworks.
Some piecework?
Yes.
Ndlovu gets occasional work as a house cleaner. Her husband works in a local restaurant.
We just take anything that comes because half bread is better than nothing at all.
Half a bread is better than nothing?
Yes. We are here to work, only to work. not to go and break the law.
She says immigrants have been unfairly characterized as lawbreakers. Mayor Mashaba, for one, has railed against what he calls rampant criminal activity in the city's immigrant population. But he insists he's not anti-immigrant.
This country, this city of Johannesburg was built at the back of migrants, but they must come here legally, and when they're here, they must respect our laws. This, for me, is not negotiable.
Clearly, there are criminals among the migrant population. What you see, however, is he sends the police out to find migrant criminals and then parades them as if all of the criminals in towns are migrants. Migrants are no more prone, and in fact less prone, to criminal activity than South African citizens.
But the argument around immigration, echoing those heard in the U.S., are likely to get only louder as Election Day nears. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Fred de Sam Lazaro, near Johannesburg, South Africa.
Fred's reporting is a partnership with the Undertold Stories Project at the University of St. Thomas in Minnesota.